Abingdon was to be our new home until we had completed 8 jumps, 2 from a balloon and 6 from an aircraft. Training started immediately, jumping off moving vehicles, being taught how to roll on landing, and running up a sloping ramp and jumping off the top with no hesitation. The best part of the training was the fan. Climb up the steep stairs to the top of the hangar where you were attached to a fan. The instructor would put his hand on your shoulder, and on the command go, you went. If there was any hesitation, his hand tightened and he would drag you back in. The fan was attached to a mock basket, and when you jumped, the weight of your body rotated the fan, thereby controlling the descent, but not by much. Great. Everything we did in Abingdon was preceded by the order go, until it became second nature to go when it was bellowed in your ear. Then finally we were ready for our first jump. At last, this is what it had all been about. I shall never forget that first jump. Squaddies doing a jump were split into groups of 8. Each group was called a stick. The balloon and basket were anchored to the ground and controlled by a winch. The basket was about 8 feet square, with an opening at one end and a metal bar acting as a gate. Our stick got in and sat as far away from the gate as possible. Our parachutes were on and attached to a static line above us, and then checked by the man behind us, the last man being checked by the instructor. The brake was released on the winch and we started moving skywards. 100 feet, 200 feet, 3, 4, 5 and finally we arrived at 800 feet. Look down lads, it's a lovely view of the camp from up here. We took his word for it. We were waiting for the dreaded words, red light on, stand to the door. And next, green light on, go. On the command, red light on, stand to the door, number 1 will sit in the opening with his weight against the bar. Each man will assume the position you have been taught. For those of you whose nerves are making your mind a blank, I shall remind you, right hand gripping your left trouser leg just above the knee, and left hand gripping your right wrist. Then all you have to do is roll out. Sarge, what if the chute doesn't open? Simple. You just cross your legs and you'll screw into the ground like a corkscrew. Then, get the parachute, go back to the parachute room and they'll change it for you. Thank you, Sarge. Red light on, stand to the door. I was number 3 and in no time was hurtling through the air. Then all of a sudden I couldn't believe it. I was going back up. At least, that's the sensation you get when your chute opens. It was the most wonderful feeling in the world, gliding down to earth, feeling completely safe, using the guide webs to control the oscillation and make sure that you landed in the DZ, dropping zone. As the ground came nearer, knees together, legs slightly bent and ready to roll. Down, hit the quick release button, run around the chute holding the guide webs so that it collapses in the wind. Roll the chute up, march to the hangar like a hero. All okay lads, what do you think of it? Great Sarge, came the chorus of replies. When do we go up next? Funny you should ask that. Now, get your chutes, we're doing a second jump while the wind is low. Low? I could have assured him the wind wasn't low in any of us. Right, if you want to enjoy it even more this time, keep your eyes open. I had my eyes open, Sarge. And I did, Sarge. And me. Yeah, of course you did. Red light on, stand to the door. Green light on, go. Number 2, go. Number 3, go. This time eyes wide open. What the hell? Whose feet are those? Oh, mine. The thing is, when you jump from an aeroplane, you actually sit on a slipstream. But from a balloon, it's straight down. And if you're not careful, you can have your feet in your mouth as well as your heart. What a sensation, and what a feeling of relief that it was over. Now for the 6 aeroplane jumps. The first 2 jumps went off without incident. The third was to be my downfall. Overconfident, I landed awkwardly and broke a bone in my foot. I think it was actually my right big toe. No, I tell a lie. Oh, does it matter? I was sent on leave for a week and then put on light duties while my foot was healing. Whilst on leave, wearing my battle dress and sporting my wings on my shoulder, I took Ina to see Alan Ladd in the Red Beret, a war film about the airborne. When I limped out of the cinema, I felt 6 feet tall, especially as Alan Ladd was no taller than me. Back in Abingdon, up before the MO, medical officer, to see if my foot was healed enough for me to do my next jump. No such luck. Sorry, Lewis, I don't think we can risk it. I'm afraid it's RTU for you. RTU means return to unit. So ended my dream. In the months that follow, I often wondered if sewing my wings onto my uniform before completing the course had jinxed me. In the 53 years since that day, I have never counted my chickens before they hatched again.